Got one that can see.
I'm going to share Ron's video, Just a Voice 9. If you guys aren't already subbed to him, give him a sub. He puts out some really good stuff. But the whole disclosure, I'm going to let you guys hear it, but they're talking about it happening before the inauguration of Trump. And I don't believe in coincidences. I know you guys feel the same. But the last Trump, the last card, and if you type in the last card in the gematria calculator, it's 666. I mean, they use these numbers. But just watch a little bit of this. Well, I'm going to play the whole video. It's only 8 minutes, but y'all check this out.
And your first question was if China or Russia. If Russia owned it, they wouldn't be battling in Ukraine. It'd be over. Putin's ego, it wouldn't have happened.
You know, we do have discernment on our sides. We're not on our side. We're not going to be like your regular normies that are going to believe what their government tells them about it being China or Russia. We know what's going on.
China, they would control us. Even they pretty much do now, but even more so. So that goes back to my original premise. It's either something that's extraterrestrial or something that we have in our skunk works that we are reverse engineering.
The last 5 weeks, we have continued to cover whatever it is that's happening in the skies all over the world. Mysterious drones now being reported over parts of 50 states and in countries across the globe. And if you followed this story even just a little bit, you'll realize that what people are seeing and recording, this is not stuff that comes from this planet, and the complete silence on this topic from our government has only added fuel to the many theories that are now circulating right now on the internet. Dr. Stephen Greer is back with us. He's the founder of the Disclosure Project. Dr. Greer has been consistent with us for weeks that there is a disclosure coming before the presidential inauguration, which now leaves us with 10 days.
There it is. The guy, Stephen Greer. We all know that he's CIA. He's put in place to push the Independence Day type narrative. He's saying that the aliens have been watching our planet for thousands of years and that they didn't become interested in us until after we create the first atomic bomb. But the reason why I really do think that they're getting ready to push that last card disclosure is because this is happening all over the world in all the different countries. And no, it's not on the globe, and these aren't from other planets. We all know this, but just listen.
Dr. Greer, it's great to have you back. This is where we are right now. A flight crew on a commercial airplane recorded this large orb in the skies while they were at 17,000 feet. And now people, we mentioned this a week ago, are reportedly getting sick all over the world from this granular, mysterious.
And there is a connection between the fog, the drones, and the orbs. And I haven't figured out exactly what it is, but I think, yeah, like I said, there's no coincidences that they're all happening at the same time. And with the fires in California, I think I told someone that I even think that these drones have the, weaponized technology that they could be doing all of this from the sky, and this, like, they're creating an army of drones that are all over the world. And I had another thought. I just want to throw this out there. These people know the Bible is true. And like it says in Revelation 9:11, there's an angel with the keys to the bottomless pit, and he's going to open it, and there's going to be locusts that come upon this earth, and they're going to have tails like scorpions, hair like women, teeth like lions, and they're going to torment these people for 5 months. So if we really are that close, maybe a lot of these drones are weaponized. They think they're going to be able to make war with these locusts. Because if I was one of these elite type people and I believed that there were going to be these insects or locusts that were going to sting me and torment me for 5 months, and if I had the resources and the technology, I would definitely do my best to try to fight against them. Because, who wants to get tormented and stung and suffer for 5 months. But anyway, I don't want to get off track. I want to let you watch the rest of this video.
Fog that's being seen all over the place. Right. Does this disclosure happen next week? And if it does, how does it happen? When it starts happening, how will we know?
Well, it'll be all over the news. It's good to see you again. I just heard an hour ago from we call the NOC, he's non-official cover aerospace intelligence community, a senior operator from one of the key two black sites out in the western United States. And they are preparing to do this next week. I don't have an exact date. They intend to not only provide their testimony of operations, he's been there almost 30 years, but also the evidence and other details. Now, he's been involved in two things. One is the testing and the surveillance of the man-made UAPs that have been manufactured out of the Lockheed Skunk Works and Northrop Grumman complexes out in the high desert. Okay. The other is the targeting of non-human craft. Some would say extraterrestrial, some say alien. The words they're using now is NHI, non-human intelligence, and the downing of those objects. So he's been intimately involved. I've been at his facility, and that is on track. Now, keep in mind, so much of what is being seen now is sort of a decoy false operation, sort of trying to intercept what he's going to be doing and what we've been doing for some time. But
there's no way, Dr. Greer, we've talked about, there's no way all of this can be a false. It's all over the world now. It's being seen over cities in India, cities in South Korea. It's just the coordination that would be required to do something like that. I think it's beyond the scope unless there is something going on that I'm completely unaware of, which of course is a possibility.
Good afternoon. My name is Robert Salas.
Real quick, the whole coordination of being all over the world, that's just more proof that we're in the new world order. I mean, all the governments, all of them are in on it together. It's not China against Russia or Russia against the United States. It's them against us, the people, and they're preparing the way for the Antichrist. That's what's going on right now. There's no coincidences. The last Trump, the last card. I mean, give me a break.
In 1967, I was a first lieutenant stationed at Malmstrom Air Force Base, Montana. Sometime in the evening hours on March 24th, I received a call from one of my topside guards, the flight security controller, stating that they had been observing strange lights in the sky making odd maneuvers. He called back about 5 minutes later. This time he was screaming into the phone saying they're looking at an object, a red glowing object hovering just above our front gate. I went to wake my commander, Fred Mywald, who was taking a rest break, started to tell him about the phone call, and just as I told him, our missiles began going into what's called a no-go condition or unlaunchable. Essentially, they were disabled.
Are aliens already here? Yes or no?
Oh, sure. I mean, there have been non-human extraterrestrial civilizations that have been observing the planet for thousands of years, and it increased remarkably once we detonated the first atomic bomb. There's no question about that.
Talk about a fish story, right?
In fact, this particular team coming forward have dealt with the remains and on occasion living non-human life forms that have been downed, and some are still in captivity in subterranean facilities or STIFs.
Do you hear that? They have aliens in captivity. Wow.
To me, Dr. Greer, feels like, and you answered my other question, it feels like right now the public worldwide is being primed for something. You know, for the last 50 years, we've had movies about aliens. Going back to Roswell, we've had reports of flying saucers. And now people, not just in northern New Jersey, are seeing strange things in the sky. It seems like these beings are technologically far superior than we are. And they're doing this with incredible patience, priming a worldwide audience for something else. Do you agree with that? And then what are they priming us for?
Well, it's very complex, but the bottom line it is they've been waiting for humans to acknowledge their presence so that they don't have to force into it, which could look aggressive, because they're not aggressive, obviously.
Force into it like land in
advanced.
Times Square, right?
Yeah.
Another coincidence, I guess, that all this is coming right near the end of 6,000 years, like I've been talking about for a while. A few other people have mentioned it too, but wow, we're close. We're close to something, that's for sure.
I mean, they're not going to do something like that. They're going to do a sort of an acculturation and desensitization operation.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Which means it's gradual.
Okay.
And it has been over the decades. Now, the big problem here are
everything they do is gradual until it's not, right?
Rogue military-industrial complex operations that have reverse engineered these extremely advanced technologies and can use them in staged event. And this is where everyone, when I say everyone, I mean everyone from the generals that I have briefed at the Pentagon to director of the CIA, past, not the incoming. And that is that they greatly underestimate what has been developed. I mean, Ben Rich, before he died, who was head of Lockheed Skunk Works, said, anything you can imagine, as you've seen on Star Trek, we've already figured out, and it's out there in the desert. He says, not Area 51.
Beam me up, Scotty. I wonder if they can do that as well.
Okay.
Talking about
how far ahead of us? And the last time you were on, you said there are multiple different alien societies from different planets visiting us.
Right.
How far ahead of us are they?
60.
Are you serious? Are we living in a movie for real? Wow.
At least 60 to 70 that have been documented, and the development of very powerful
if they
weapons.
landed, Dr. Greer, could they communicate with us?
I'm sure they can. I mean, I don't know how that would exactly take place. It may be some strange. I mean, remember, one of the things that Elon Musk is working on at Neuralink is an interface between thought and machine.
Right.
Now, I will tell you, this is a big secret that's going to come out very quickly with this team, because they've dealt with this, is that there is a direct interface between technology and consciousness and thought that's been developed by these advanced civilizations. This is not Ma Bell we're talking about here in terms of communication. So that's just a prelude. We don't have time.
Is he saying, like in that movie Independence Day, when that alien like got into their brains and those frequencies? You guys know what I'm talking about. Wow. You can't make this stuff up for real.
Unpack that, but I know about that in a very specialized fashion.
Does Donald Trump need to appoint somebody like yourself as an alien czar or a UAP czar?
An alien czar.
Well, this has been suggested. We'll see. I mean, of course, the president, you serve.
Hey, he created Space Force. We need an alien czar.
His pleasure. As it is, I've been an unofficial advisor for many administrations on this. And now that this is going to be coming to a head, we'll see if he wants someone to do that. If I would certainly consider it if I was asked, but that has not happened.
Dr. Greer, I'm interested to see what's really going on out there. We've got 10 days before the inauguration.
Well, as soon as this drops and we get this from this team, we'll send it over to you.
All right. Dr. Stephen Greer, have a great weekend. Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it, as always.
I am the chosen one.
Jesus is coming. You may be at church. You may be at work. You may be asleep. God grant that you will be ready when he makes his personal appearance. My God, what if his appearance occurs on a Sunday